Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Ben from Should I Get It? And I just got this Asus PB278Q monitor right here. As you can see, it is pretty giant on my desk. And I was using this Samsung TV, it's upside down, as a third monitor, and I actually had the Dell, I believe it's the S2440L 24-inch 1080p panel as my display here. I bought that a couple years ago. You can see that video on my main channel. Excuse me, and that was just not high enough res for me to actually use. So I used it a lot for my PlayStation 3 and then the PlayStation 4, which I had in here for a while. But I didn't really use it for photo editing, which is what I mostly do when I'm using my computer, because I'm just so used to the Retina display, and then going to a larger display with less resolution, I couldn't really handle it. So I got my hands on this PB278Q. I literally just plugged it in. This is Lightning. I don't have the DisplayPort cable, so I don't actually know if it'll do full res with this HDMI cable. I bought this cable years ago. I have no idea if it'll handle 2.5K or 2K rather. But I'm gonna plug it in right now for the first time ever. So these are my first impressions, and everything looks tiny, as you can see, and it's the window from the MacBook. So let me check the settings right now and make sure this is running at 2560, I think, by 1440p. Let's check right here. And it sounds like that's coming from the display. I don't know if you guys can hear that hiss. Let's take a look at the... Yep, so it's 2560 by 1440. As you can see right there, hopefully this will focus. So, detail-wise, it looks insanely crisp. I mean, just the text everywhere looks so sharp. I, can barely see the pixels through my own eyes. Maybe you guys can see it through the camera. I'm filming this with my iPhone 6, and it keeps losing focus. But let's take a look at some images so I can tell you about the colors. So, well, actually, as you can see, the red-orange hue on the rock right there looks pretty damn similar to the Retina Macbook Pro. You can see those colors are pretty freaking perfect, which is a huge deal because if you have, one monitor that's giving you one, color balance and white balance, and then you have a different image coming out on your second display, you can't really utilize that. So I was always editing photos on the Retina MacBook Pro. This, I'm honestly, first impressions, I really want to start editing on this massive 27-inch display here. So let me make Lightroom bigger. And we'll go through a couple of images. We'll go through the color and the dynamic range real quick. So let me see if I can find something with a bunch of color. Okay, so here's the McLaren. It's the 570S, bright green and super sharp. This is actually a smart preview, so I don't have the high res locally, but the colors look fantastic. Let's drag this over to the MacBook display and we'll see. I hope I have my arrangement set up. Other way, okay. It's a little bit darker on the MacBook, it looks like. I'll bring it back. You can see it's a little brighter there, but it's pretty close. I could probably get them balanced, but there's a ton of detail and sharpness in this display.